Hello there, welcome back to Simon's Shed, and today we are taking a look at this. It's a new TT120 loco that I bought a couple of weeks ago, so giving it a good test and a good run in, and I'm ready to share my thoughts on it. It is of course the 08 class, so it's the first release of the TT120 08 Shunters from Hornby, and as you can see it's in the BR blue livery. It's 08 489 era 7, and it's the full retail price is $118.99. Now if like me you join the TT120 club, you'll get 15% off that, which brings it down to just over £100. Unfortunately I had some of the Hornby reward points left, so I think I ended up getting this for about £84, which is bit of a bargain, but I'll review it as if I'd sort of paid around £100. So let's bring it in for a bit of a closer look. And yes, first thing that struck me when I took it out of the box, it can sound really silly, but it's really small was the thing I said, because obviously we're used to in TT120 the only releases have been huge Pacific locos, so yeah, to see a little shunter like this was a bit of a shock to the system. But the second thing that struck me was the fineness of things like this, the connecting rod for the wheels. Really fine. I was really impressed with that, and also impressed with some of the details. Probably not going to be able to get it on camera, but there is actually interior cab detail in there. I'll see if I can get a bit better shot of it in a minute, but the livery looks to be very well applied. We've got some tiny little warning panels, no sprung buffers of course, wouldn't expect that. But yeah, some really fine detail on this model, and yes, my initial overall impression was a bit of a wow moment, and yeah, I was really impressed. Got a tiny little whistle on there. Again, at the side the livery is the running number and logo and so on. Look to be very clear and crisp. I do have some detailing around the axle boxes, and yeah, I've got a little open window there. Can't see it here, but maybe on camera you can just about pick up a glimpse of that interior detail now. And a quick look at the front of the loco. As I say, overall initial impressions are that I was really impressed with this sort of fine level of detail, and yeah, I think what we need to do now, it's obviously already been run in and fairly well used already, to be honest, so let's give you a look at the performance on the track. So as it's an 08 shunter, obviously the first thing we want to test is the crawl speed. Pretty good slow speed performance. Been quite impressed with that. This is on DC at the moment. I've not chipped this loco yet. We'll talk a bit more about that later. But yeah, impressed with the crawl. So we'll get her warmed up, and I have had a couple of new wagons, so I think we'll hook her up to those and give her a run. But yeah, let's let her circulate on her own for the moment. I've been working on the layout. I have to try and frame these shots so it's not obvious what's unfinished. That's a bit better. So she's a good runner. You might be able to hear a bit of motor noise, but not too bad. But yeah, so far she's been very reliable. Back to as I say, at the moment she's on DC. She takes a 6-pin DCC chip, and as you know, I've been using the Hornby HM7000 sound chips. Now we come to the sort of negatives. There is no speaker fitted in this one, which is a bit of a shame, as backman Graham Farish managed to get a speaker in the N-Gauge Class 08. So that's a bit of a disappointment. I wanted all of my TT locos to have sound, but yeah, sadly, out of the box there is no speaker and no way to fit sound. But I will still get a DCC chip and put a chip in it. And we'll have to see how she runs with that. But yeah, I think it might be time, now she's warmed up. Let's hook her up to some wagons and get her pulling some freight. She has just stalled on the point, but that might be dirty track work. You can see it does want to go. There we go. How's that coupled up? Probably not, because it's on camera. Oh yes, amazing. Yeah, that point definitely needs a clean, doesn't it? I have been weathering the track and so on, so don't be too harsh on the loco. The track is probably a bit dirty in places. Regular viewers will have spotted some additions to the layout. I do need to do a layout update, so that will be coming along at some point. There it is then, the Hornby TT 120 Class 08, the very first release. Let's slow her down. Send her into the sidings, I think. So impressed with the detail of the loco and the look of it. The finish of the livery is really good. I think it's really good value for money, and yeah, impressed with the running. Just really disappointed that there's no sound fitted options for this. Still haven't cleaned that point, but yeah, overall I think I would recommend it. They do still seem to be in stock on Hornby's website. So yeah, if you're looking for a TT 120 shunter, grab one yourself. So I'll carry on chipping away at the layout, working on that, and I will do a layout update at some point, but we'll leave this one there for now. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.